Which therapist you need?
Therapy Thursday.
Now on Wild 94.1.
I understand therapy.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Therapy Thursday is now on. This is where we talk it out and work it out with the folks out there, with Dr. Davi, Meredith MD, Orlando BGYN, and a whole bunch of texts coming in for our friends. All right, so if you want to get in, it's 888-429-0941. You join us, give us a question. You can direct it to one of us, or some of y'all been choosing to do all of us, which is way too much.
Yeah.
It's too much medicine.
Mm-hmm. So this first one will point at you then,
you
first.
I wasn't asking for it,
but
okay.
Out the 404, it says, I am a dad who has primary custody of my son. My son's mom is hardly involved and recently moved to Japan with her military husband. The only time I hear from her is when she wants to see him, which is maybe once or twice a year. She texted me a couple days ago saying that she's coming to Florida to see my son and she will be bringing him back in a month without even discussing it with me. Additionally, she's behind on child support, which I don't really need. I told her she can't have him that long and can't have him at all unless I know where they're going and where he's staying. She had the nerve to say that I'm trying to keep her away from our son. Am I wrong for this? By the way, my son is also autistic.
Okay.
Oh, the hell, you are taking my son for a month.
I mean, okay.
Sorry.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Meredith says, I mean, and you're right. I mean, because if you are the protector of the child, then you have to be a person who's aware of what's going on. The communication between you two got to be better if they want to be involved. You have to let them know, like, hey, there's certain rules to ride this ride. And there's communication. There's, transparency. There's making sure the other parent doesn't worry. Now, he said two times a year or something they reach
once
out.
Or twice a year.
So, I mean, it's obvious that you're able to move around without that kind of need to know what's going on with the child. But I'm the caregiver. I'm the immediate caregiver, and you have to respect that. You can't take a month off with the child and just disappear because I really don't know what you're doing out there.
And there's
I don't know what you're into now. You might be into meth now or something or whatever. Like, no.
He's autistic as well. You can't take an autistic child out of their environment like that for a month and just think that things are going to be normal.
But there has to be an honor in dealing with the co-parent. If you don't respect them at all, you still got to respect their position and just push back on that. And if they want to get, if the law got to get involved, then the law just got to get involved because I think they're going to look at that periodic visit as something like maybe you are not primary. So, but try and do it without it because communication can be key and you don't have to break up the whole relationship.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I have one. This says it's for everybody. A couple of days ago, I walked in on my husband enjoying himself. The kids were sleeping in their rooms. I was up front cleaning, and he was in the bedroom. I went to the room to grab something, and I was surprised to walk in on him going to town with himself.
I thought you said enjoying himself. I'm like, what is wrong with that? What is he doing? Playing PS5?
With a porn video. Okay, I got what I came to get in the room and I just walked out. We haven't talked about the situation since, but I honestly don't know how to feel about this. Part of me is kind of offended, kind of me feels annoyed. We usually only have sex 1 to 2 times a week. Should I just forget about it or should I bring it up? Should I talk about it? It's kind of this unspoken thing in my house.
I don't think it's that big a deal.
That's a big, wow.
Is that a big deal? I mean,
it is to somebody that's not getting
it's a big deal. It's a big deal to write it
to women.
So the man is getting it once a week, twice a week, and he wanted more frequency. So instead of stepping out or doing something terrible, he handled his business by himself.
I
should have locked the door.
I'm a professional. Right. Lock the door.
You guys are.
Because you got kids. She said she went to go grab something.
Yeah, cleaning supplies.
She mentioned some kids.
The kids were asleep.
Right. So everybody's in the house.
Yeah.
And you just in there going Willy Wonka? Like, I mean, bro.
Not very sneaky about it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can't just be like trying out for the Yankees and everybody walking up and down the hall. You got to get better timing. And honestly, it's your business. But that's what a shower's for. Mm-hmm. That's for, like places where you can go and hunker down.
Yeah.
You ain't going to be in there just sprawled across the bed and think ain't nobody going to say nothing.
I totally understand that. But she feels some type of way about this. Would you guys want your woman to bring this up? I mean, she saw you. There was porn on the television.
Listen, I'm grown.
Yeah.
I'm grown. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're a grown woman. Say something. They ain't gonna write us to ask for no permission. You go ahead and say something.
Yeah.
That man wanted a slice of pizza. You got a slice of pizza. If you don't want him to eat some pizza, say, hey, you don't eat that pizza. You're gonna ruin your dinner.
Right. Make him a pizza.
That.
Make him a burger.
let me have some of that pizza too.
Yeah.
You know, but
don't be mad at him though.
Don't be mad at him because he needed that. And I mean, you would have been mad at him if you were like, I'm trying to clean. And he's like, hey, come here. Like, you know, trying to make it your wifely duty.
Right.
He just went to handle his itch on his own, which should be allowed.
I think if she brings it up, he's also gonna bring it back on her. Well, if you would have
maybe.
A, B, and C, I wouldn't have had to do
that
this.
would be really dumb.
That's Dobby's low-key way of telling you that if you would have handled your business, your man would have been in there trying out for the Yankees.
Don't bring it up.
All right.
Just keep it moving.
I have one out to 813. It says, for the room, I am a trans man, and I've dated straight women. I've also dated bi women and lesbians. But each time we break up, the person goes out and makes it known who they are. A straight woman and I break up, and she makes sure to let the world know that she's quote-unquote straight as if we never dated. It really hurts me because it makes me question who I am and if something's wrong with me and if this could ever happen, if this keeps happening. I've dated women since I was a teen. It makes me feel like I will never be loved, and it gets me really down. Any advice to keep me in a good head or anything?
So what's the issue after the breakup? The person goes out and tells the world
that they tell the world that they're straight.
Okay, instead of admitting that they were with somebody that was trans.
Right.
So they've been erased from their history.
And so the person who's writing is saying that it makes them question themselves. What I will say is don't let anybody else define who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's a hard thing when you're trying to, let the world now get to know the you. But your opinion of you is the most important. Whether it's family, whether it's church, whether it's whoever, everybody's got an opinion about you. But your opinion is like the lock. That's the important part. So whatever these relationships happen or however they happen and whatever happens with them, don't let that define who you are because you're putting a lot of power into other people's hands.
And may I say this? Thank God you're not with that person. Now you're really seeing them for who they are. Somebody that wants to completely erase that relationship that they were in because they're embarrassed or they don't want to admit to the world that the relationship that you had. You don't want to be with somebody like that. Find somebody that's proud to date you. So what? It didn't work out. Keep it moving.
Well, the other part is, you can't really judge somebody else's boldness. If they don't want to come out yet, you can't yank them out of a closet. Like if they out there hiding themselves, like, no, I'm straight, and on a whole campaign to kind of unplug and unpack what they've been spending the last couple of months doing, that's their own struggle. And honestly, you came out and got on with your process because you're living freer than that. So you can't really judge somebody else's lack of freedom.
That's a very good point as well.
So my girl and I are currently on a break, and part of why we decided to do this is just because I'm a very friendly person. When it comes to my friends, they're like my family, and they're very important to me. Mm-hmm. She's had very bad experiences in the past with friends and things like that, and just in general with her insecurities and things like that. She has expressed worry that I spend too much time with friends and everything like that. Now, when I tell her, nobody else is more important than her, and anytime she's ever needed me, I've dropped whatever I'm doing with anybody and I go to her. But she still has those feelings, and I just because of who I am, I can't just drop my friends. Like I said, they're like family to me.
Okay.
How do I make her feel more comfortable?
Can I ask, are you talking about friends that are girls as well? Women?
They are girls and guys.
Okay. All right. There's a mixture. There's where the problem comes. Why are you smiling, Orlando?
I'm just smiling.
Okay. Obviously, this is an insecurity that's on her. You can definitely pat it as much as you can to make the situation better and give her as much attention. But it sounds like you're not going to change. And there's a line that's been drawn to the sand here. And you're not going to change. You're trying to make things better, and it's not going to work. So I don't know if this can potentially get better unless she works on herself. If she really wants to be with you, then she's going to probably have to get to know your friends a little bit more. Now, for me personally, I'm not cool with my guy just hanging out with a bunch bunch of, women that are friends just all the time. That's me. And my guy is totally okay with that. So if you don't think you can move forward with her insecurities, then you guys may not have a successful relationship.
Can I ask you a question, Matt?
Absolutely.
How many of these girls that are your friends have you wanted to have sex with? Not had sex with. You didn't have to have it, but that you've been interested in having sex with?
Probably just one, but I don't talk to her very much at all.
You're smiling. Do you believe him?
When I say like I'm a very friendly person, like I'm not just saying that. I genuinely have never met a stranger in my life.
No, listen, I'm not saying you're not nice. I'm just saying when you talk about ladies who don't like their man to have friends, they're thinking that you have basically a woman in a glass. Like if something goes bad, you can break the glass and one of these friends now become the replacement. So that's the fear. The fear is that you have their understudy right there. That's what the fear is. So if you want to make it work, like Meredith said, it's hard to do so, but if you want to make it work, you have to make her believe that she's the star of the show and any of these other people are not even in that realm. And it's going to be hard because of the stuff you said that she's carrying, the baggage.
Are you going to be closer with your female friends than her? Because I get the feeling that maybe that's what she's competing with here.
No, she's just scared. She's scared because you out there with options. She's at home, great dinner, but you out there with a buffet. Yeah. You got all kinds of options. There's wings. You got like potato wedges. You got like good stuff. General Tso's chicken. You got all kinds of options out there, and she's scared of it. Yeah. So that's what we got for you, brother. I appreciate it. Let's see. Donald is on the phone. Donald, what's good?
Yeah, what's up, man? What's going on?
You got a question? I'm here for you. What you got?
All right, man. Yo, check this out. So, been married to this woman. I love her, right? Long time. But she decided to turn the sex off, right?
Oh, turn it off totally?
So, turn it off. Yeah, it's been years. Been over 10. So check it out. But that doesn't stop me. I mean, I do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? But everything else is good, but that. Is that wrong because I choose to go out and make myself happy by, dabbling? Is that wrong? Is that a wrong thing?
Yeah, it's wrong. It's wrong by definition, but it's not wrong as far as your need. Now, I would tell you this: you gotta. Okay, y'all are married.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all are married, and she's become not interested in sex
at all.
Okay, and she knows you're a sexual being.
Yeah,
y'all have known each other, so she knows.
We're talking about. She gotta know.
Yeah, so she knows who you are. So she knows you're a sexual being. So I will tell you these few things because, like, cheating and infidelity pretty much is pretty big in my family. So I would tell you that she knows what you're doing,
right?
Because she knows you're a sexual person.
Mm-hmm.
She would like plausible deniability, so she doesn't want it confirmed. But she has a feeling in her heart of what you're doing. That doesn't give you a pass. It doesn't absolve you of it. It doesn't mean you're doing anything. You're not a saint. You know what I'm saying? You're feeling a need, and that means that y'all not on the same level no more. People grow apart sometimes, but I think that if she's not interested in it and you're out there getting it, both of you are aware that it's wrong, and now you just got to protect her. You got to make sure you don't bring anything to her. You got to also keep the line of communications open, so if it can get better, it will get better, instead of just leaning on all of these, understudies and backup quarterbacks. You know what I mean? And you just got to be really careful on how you move. And then it's the factor of the other ladies that you don't want them coming in making your girl, who you are committed to, even in a sexless relationship, you don't want them to come and make her life bad. Popping up or sliding in her DMs like, I got your man. So now you gotta select. Now you gotta select well too. So it's a lot of pressure on you.
That won't happen.
Yeah,
that won't happen.
I mean, a lot of dudes say that, and then they come home with their girl crying.
Here's what happened.
It's a process.
Yeah. Okay.
What if she's just not a sexual being with him? Have we thought about that?
You don't know what. You never know. I don't know.
Well, how would you feel if it was reversed? Would you be okay with that since you kind of are handling your thing on the side?
If she out there getting some yum on her own because she had different needs, how you going to feel about that?
Well, you know, we builders, we build everything together, right? So we worked hard to build things together. Other parts of the relationship are perfect. You know, they say when it's good, it's only 15%. When it's bad, it's 85. You know what I'm saying? It's 85.
Have you brought this up to her? Like, what does she say?
Oh yeah. That's all you think about.
What is that conversation?
Yeah, she tells him that's all you think about.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what she
So,
says.
It is. If you're not getting it, that is all you think about.
That's true. I can definitely see that.
Yeah,
you try, and you don't think about it often. It's 15%.
Yeah, you know what? I would say, you know, you got good parts of the relationship, but you know, not having a total relationship is a Achilles heel. So you're gonna have to look at it and make a decision at some point in it, because you mess around and fall in love with one of these hump partners.
That's true. It happens.
People say divorce. They say all that stuff. It's not the same. You know, sex is not the entire relationship.
No, it's not, but it is a big part.
It can be a big part if it matters. If, like I said, if the sex is good and everything is cool, it's only 15% of relationship, because how you communicate, all the other stuff, the respects and everything, become a greater part because the sex is no issue. But because the sex is issue, it becomes a grander part of it. That's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, Donald, I get it. And what I will tell you is that there are people out there who are in situations where they have medical issues, where they can't have sex, and the love still is there and the faithfulness is still there. So sex is important. I do agree. But I will tell you that love conquers a lot of things that eliminate sex. So you want to make sure that that's factored in, too, because when you love them, you love them. And
there's a
you
lot
don't
of ups
go out
and downs.
and find extras. So do what you got to do. But we appreciate you, man.
I mean, do you really feel like you have a full relationship if you're constantly doing that? No. I mean, the relationship is broken at the moment.
Because that's very time consuming. All that chasing and
it is.
Meeting up and lying and running around. Like, what? You have no time for your wife.
Right.
And maybe if you wasn't out there auditioning.
And focus and go on vacation.
Spend a little bit more time with her.
Right.
She'll give you a Scooby snack. Like, baby, you want to go ride some jet skis? Well, afterwards, I'm going to ride your hips. You know what I mean?
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, she just want to go outside. You keep leaving her inside folding laundry. She's like, I don't feel sexy. All right, well, that's a wrap. Therapy Thursday.
Orlando.